Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Hope you are all doing good. Um, well, we'll take a look on Bitcoin. Who is here already? Didn't get much time, but to warn you before the stream. But anyway, I mean that's the same time every week. Let me check something here. Okay. Bottom. Tudor, Irimescu. Hello. Hello. Okay, this one comment, so can go live then. Hey Joker, good to see you. I could feel better, to be honest. I'm still pretty sick. No, I guess I had COVID, but now I had my left ear where I can't hear anything. It's getting in my head. I'm quite tired. That's not a very big deal. It's gonna get better eventually, I hope. So, looking Bitcoin, at least we made a nice profit this week. So, there's that. Oh, this week, at least yesterday. And we are seeing some sign of life for Bitcoin, so always something I'm happy to see. Thanks. Hello, Jay. So, what do we have here? Started with the thumbnail here. In fact, last week, thumbnail, right it is. I mean, it's not like it's very high grade TA, but for me it was two possible paths. We broke the range. Where on a retest, say if we get acceptance back below this, well, we're most likely going at least to value our low and potentially take the low, which we just did, at least on several exchanges, not on every exchange. There's some that made a higher low here. We still didn't touch June low. So relative strength for Bitcoin still, as compared to stock exchange, and a very nice recovery out of this swing fair pattern here. At the end of the day, we are still in the range. Then we have quite wild ride and take of the highs and the lows. That yeah, we are still in the range, in this local range. It still didn't broke, so now we're going to see continuation out of this in rotation. What I'm suggesting by today's thumbnail. Are we going to break our rotation? Are we going to get another stab of the low and potentially June low? Or is it time to rotate back to the high of the higher degree range, right? I think at some point we have to break that range. But might take still some time. Maybe we stay in this for quite a bit. So flipping on the chat here. what we had for quite confirmation here, well, confirmation, at least nice support. We had our test of the 4 RSI support here pretty clearly. First test of it came here. That's why during the week I was not necessarily expecting this exactly. I was kind of wondering, should we bounce out of this? The test was here, then we had a 4 bull diff here. So I was kind of looking for long here. I didn't really do much short. I had a few scalp shorts that I bring a bit lower, but on the swing, yeah, I was kind of looking for this liquidity above that high in that area, which we didn't get before we stepped down. I personally jump into another long here on the SFP. I wouldn't say with very high confidence, but you know, it was a decent trade. We had this really enough time to get in. So I'm coming in a lower 5 minutes. I mean, SFP, let me get a level maybe here. Well, it's at the high of the green box. So we took the low here, have a really nice reaction. Yeah, nice liquidation, lot of stop, big drop in open interest. So yeah, I went into a long around here. That was my entry. Yeah, about 18,160. So in that way, on USDT. And we had like a few hours before really starting to break upward. Now the move has been quite impulsive, to say the least. So in theory, when we look at this, well, okay, we have a clear impulse here with extension. A nice extension into the third or 5. Now it looks like I mean, it's very highly likely, most likely, almost a certainty that we have finished 5 waves here. In theory, this could, yeah, no, I mean, we finished 5 waves, I can say with certainty. The question now is, are we into a corrective move of that impulse? In that case, well, we could see continuation. That could be a wave 1, 2, or an A, B, of course. And is that correction finished? Do we have potential for this to be a finished correction? Or simply taking the swing high, swing low here. Let's take a complete one. I mean, we are still inside what could be a corrective move. You know, when 61.8 MAC extension we can expect for wave C. In terms of retrace, we retrace to what? $382, almost. Slightly front trend, very slightly. You know, we could come to the lower golden pocket. We have a lot of inefficiency here. Value gap where we have nothing trade, especially here around the golden pocket, and even a bit lower. Let me check where. Yeah, down to here, or even here. That high. Still have a daily level. I didn't really update all these levels here, but we have a Yeah, still daily. Let me come back on that chart, your time frame. And we have this 4-hour supply week, 50%. We also have a nice daily week. Really nice, really big. So we know there's a lot of potential supply in this. And we have the 50%. So around these levels, so around 18,400, 600, which is more about the 786. So I would what can I say about that? I mean, in theory, I will be more inclined to say this should be tested at some point. Now, if this has to remain bullish, well, it could still come back down here. It makes sense because it's still a 7% down, almost 10. 7-8% move down from the high. You know, if you have late buyers, especially above here or above this holding, they're gonna get wrecked as we come down. And if there's people trying to get in, if we have a longer or just a deep correction, are gonna make people afraid and look at this as, I would say, it will look a bit like this move, in fact, on the lower time frame here. You know, you have your consolidation here, you have your drop, you have your big impulse, your drop and your big impulse. If we start to correct here, in theory, as we have 5 waves, we should be looking at to buy a retrace, right? Is this gonna hold? As a question, we'll see if we can have a count that finished here. I think there is still. This should be an important support, so I would rather see us not dip that much. And I would say, yeah, everything's possible. And I was firstly looking, at this support. I didn't finish it, sorry. It's really hard to still concentrate. So we have a bull dip that failed, but ultimately we still found support on that trend line with a slightly dip below, and that was also a confluence for me to get into a long, because say, okay, we have a close below that support. That's the kind of thing we often see as a trap, you know. And here it wasn't a nice trap as we swing fair pattern the low. It has a nice potential for that. Now the move have been really quick, and we already reached a resistance here. So are we going to stay inside this triangle on RSI, not take that high, come back to the low, maybe retest here? If that happens, if we have a slow move down and we reach here and we can try to fit a correction, should this happen and we come low, I will bet that the move will be extremely complicated to count again. A bit like, I mean, when we get such a move, a bit like here, you know, you have extremely complicated counting. Well, I mean, this is still relevant. Now, should we start to claim this and take the high again? That would greatly increase for me the probability that we're finally going to break this range to the high. It's not the right chart. Yes, it is. So there's still, yeah, sign to be. We see. All that to say, I'm neither really bullish or bearish still. We are in a range, that's all. We are still in it. We have a strong move up, but we can have something that's finished here. Now, before I flip back to the count, really, what I was looking at here, should this be corrective? I think we might get another move down. I'm trying to see how I could count this move, 5 waves in this. Clearly we have a 3 and a 4 here, 1, 2 somewhere in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. As we have overlapping, wave 5 should be longer than 3, and it is not right now. So again, we have something that's even finished. Now it's 1 5-minute count, so it's always iffy, but it seems that we have something unfinished here. I'm not really seeing 5 downs. Unless we see this as a crappy corrective, and we see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but not looking great either. Still quite supply. I'm not really, yeah, I'm not very confident about that low here. Price action, slow green down, coming into Friday. Or into Friday close, I mean. Yeah. I'm not feeling very confident here, but who knows? Let me check here a bit. I mean, we have supply trap. 30 minutes. Yeah. What is FTX doing? So we got, yeah, long getting wrecked and short closing, but not much. It looked like take profit from all the way. So at least that give hope for bulls, as there is a lot of profit from bulls. Should be able to defend a higher low. Now we are going to take that high already. Looking at this, because if we take this, that means wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't see how to finish this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but that can be too deep. I don't know. Should we take this, then maybe flip back bullish and position on a retest here? Might be what would you. Until then, I'm staying short. I mean, I took profit on the long, obviously. Quite early. I had a long that, you know, yesterday morning was long in here. I had a meaningful partial take profit into that bump. Especially, you know, when you get the data released and you get the extra pump, you know, you got to fade it. So as I was an average position around here, I think, or even higher. yeah, I exit quite a lot. But then on this, I took profit on that pump as well. And of course, as we took the highs here, I had take profit. And I took a small short in here. I didn't make the follow-up on my trade on Discord again. I'm sorry, but it's quite hard to keep the focus here. We had a potential for a corrective move, so I went long here and here, as Luke did, in fact, I think. Then here we have a potential for an ABC, retest of the naked POC. I took a small short. Now I'm in this, and got stop on most of the remaining long. That's for the full disclosure. I was just a bit here, but most of it I've been stopped here. So yeah, what the count could be. I mean, maybe let me check a bit of comment. Did you find out the correct AW count on the last move down, the one I sent you on Twitter? Oh yeah, let me check this. Hi, Swooping Hawk, nice to see you. What the RSI you use is different from regular. RSI plus MFI indicator. I like it because it highlights overbought oversold condition, and we have MFI'd at the same time. Hello, hello. Yes, much like, appreciate it. Did I have a count here? I mean, I didn't really make a low time frame count on this. I stayed on the ID that we have a 1, 2, 3. Keep this as a corrective. Looked fine as a triangle. A, B, C. What was the triangle I made here? Yeah, it is. So A, B, C with an A, B, C, so an A, B, C, the wave C, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, E. Okay, that's it. So we have the 3, 4. Is this as a weird triangle? Then I was looking at what as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th. What do you make with that? It invalidates the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just ignoring it. Yeah. That's not really organic price action, you know. And at the end of the day, when we got this move and say I don't really bother trying to count low time frame count on this. I focused on the higher time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work fine. 1. The 4 finished here. 161.8 tag to the tick, so a good target for wave 5. And that's it. The rest I just ignored inside volatility. But overall the count was right. I think that was the count you shared as well. Was looking for a move here. Obviously we could have a 3, 4, 5 just here. We just went to the extra target. So yeah, so yeah, still extending this idea of this potentially be corrective, you know. Sorry, I'm gonna make it. Should this stay as a high and we go to take the low and not at that high, right? What could it be? Well, it could still be just a wave 4. We had the potential for the wave 4 to be here, to be here. It could still be here. This will be a wave C, you know, and we'll have, I don't know, an A, B, C somehow. The wave B should be an A. What was it? On or WXY as an A, and A, B, C as a B, so an A, B, C. Something like this. If I check the Phoebs and play here. You see where we are at, right? So we reach again 1-1 extension. Should we take that high? Maybe 90. We are inside what could be still corrective. I mean, you can look, try to see what fits the best. There's many options, I believe. The only thing is, we have 5 waves, but that doesn't necessarily mean we are impulsive now. It could be the end of a correction, or just inside a correction. In fact, if we are in a W, X, Y, X, Z, what I talked about a few times, I think. Why is W, X, Y? W, X, Y. W, X, Y, X, Z, and no, that's not right. W, X. Yeah, that could be a WX with a flat ABC here. This could be an ABC then. And you can find many variation. For me, if we take that high, I think we increase the probability we break up. But of course, we can still be in some kind of ABC. So we'll look at this as we make a higher low and we break the high, then we'll see if we start to build 5 waves and have a nice extension. We'll keep in mind that could be corrective, and indeed, if we take again liquidity above these highs, or keep in mind, look for a short edge on a fake of, could be a fake breakout here, and try to it. But I would most likely keep longs open in case it keep going. Pretty much the idea. Alternatively, here I showed you ending diagonal with this still being into a 4 here. In theory, this could be finished like this as well. Ending diagonal. This look better at 5 ways, but we know this could be 5, this as well. Yeah, as we took that low, at the minimum target we should see for a 5th, especially as in this ID, this will be a truncated 5th. It's a 5, not an S. Truncated 5th means that's a valid option. That's valid, that's all I can say. Again, I don't have a strong bias before we truly break one side or the other. It could be. At least we we took the low. Now, you know, on spot, we didn't took the low here, that one. It's kind of problematic, but at the same time, propose 3 is at the previous low, so that could work, because we cannot have a truncated fifth here if it is inside a bigger truncated fifth. I will be more inclined to this. Yeah, this. Not so sure, but I kind of feel like now our 2 pivots are very important for once. All of them are important, of course, but I believe the importance is increased here compared to these pivots that we had previously, because here we have really a very strong reaction and quite organic. We have a nice move, nice sweep of the low of the liquidity, and nice impulse, and no real pullback inside. So kind of feel that if this has to go, it will be a good time. Should we take the low again? Well, at that point, I will think we will likely get at least that low. Then we'll see what happened here. Do we get some kind of similar reaction and an SFP on this, or are we going to break down? Because alternatively, we have still the bearish count, bear impulse 1, 2, can just extend this as well. Here, I'm not really feeling the, the count where we say we have a 1, and this is A, B, C. That doesn't seem very right. It's not wrong, but not really feeling it, so that's why I would rather extend this as a correction inside here. Should we take the low? And yeah, we have a bullish count here. We had another one. ABC. Well, that's a count saying that we have an impulse, which is somewhere in here, probably. Impulse here. That we have a 1 and 2 here. I say, should this high hold? It could be. Can we finish a wave C here? I mean, surely we can. I don't really see how here, but well, surely. It doesn't feel right to finish the wave C here. For the simple fact that here we have a big corrective move at the low, we have nothing here, so we don't really have a 1, 2 to work with. So we had the potential for a crappy ending here. Here I don't see it. Don't see it. But apart from the count, it's still the same thing. We are at the low of the range. Each stab at the low, we are getting multiple, getting nice recovery, and this one is even stronger. We have decent volume coming in, but above all, we have a stronger reaction than this big volume and then this SFP. We have a small reaction here, consolidation, another one. Here we have smaller volume and bigger reaction. So like bear capitulation here. Why is YouTube yelling at me again? I have my 2 connection. What are you telling me? Can I be in a... Oh, I'm not in streaming mode. I don't know why it stopped. Okay. I feel bullish, but Phoenix supply, saying Jenny. Yeah, you comment that. I didn't talk about that. We still have... Okay, let me keep it here. Again, another 3K of supply. Bitfinex. Now we have 30K that moved like, yeah, 2 weeks ago. And nothing have been sold, or almost nothing have been sold yet on Bitfinex. I mean, it's just flat. There's no great volume since here. So before the move. I'm just wondering, because as we had a big buy here on Bitfinex prior to when the 30K have been moved, well, was maybe that have been accumulation from a well that moved the pounds out of Bitfinex, and then that's why it hasn't been moved from hot to hot wallet. Maybe I think it moved to hot wallet before moving out of the exchange. I'm not wrong. But that's the first time I see a big withdrawal of pounds from this cold wallet to hot wallet and Bitfinex. I'm not seeing it being sold. So maybe it happened here. Can happen anytime. Maybe it happened later if we indeed go to the high of the rand, and we'll see distribution over there. Getting ready for that. Or I don't know. I mean, it has always... this indicator has always been efficient. It's not so more. Even the magic spread, I mean, it's not telling much anymore. Quite sometimes. It's telling a bit slightly here, but not much. And you see here, we have clear accumulation, big volume, and then we have nothing. A really low volume, decreasing volume. So until we break and I see this flip back to higher level on the indicator, I don't really know what to make out of it. So I'm ignoring a bit Bitfinex for now, keeping in the back of my mind that's keep me a bit of a slight that go in the for the bear case a bit, you know. It's going to the balance, but yeah, it doesn't keep me from looking for potential bullish bias here. How does it look like on that move? It's really flat. Yeah. Nothing strongly interesting to me here. I'm rather staying out. Keep trying to long every retrace here, but we don't even have a minor change of market structure here. Sorry, trying to set back my VPN should have a streaming mode that is not on. It was on at the beginning. I don't know how to put it back. I can't. Anyway, I hope the stream is stable. YouTube is not very happy, but it seems to be still streaming. So yeah, we have all of this. What do we have? An aggregated volume here. Yeah, really nice volume on spot. 7 high low. And overall, you know, there's still this potential bullish structure. I'm missing some stuff here. Okay, never mind. Okay, streaming is stable. Overall, still potentially an STB here. Secondary test in phase B, right? For this range, then can kind of consider this kind of part of it. Volume is great. Yes, this is aggregated spot without USDT, so without the wash trading of Binance. We have overall decreasing volume between here and better reaction upward. And of course, I mean, should this be an STB, here we have a nice range on itself, and I will consider this a spring, right? Like, let me flip back here, 30 minutes, and delete all of this. 1 hour. Yeah. The range was crappy here. Now it's getting a bit clearer. We have our clear preliminary support. Low volume selling climax, automatic reaction, secondary test, an uptrust here. A secondary test. Yeah, okay. Another uptrust here. Here we have our creek coming into a spring or failed spring here on spot, as we didn't took the low. I think it's an exact double bottom. The low 1854.2. 1859. No, okay, it's a lower low here. But yeah, it's depend of the exchange. So here there's several. It's a slightly lower low. Could we have maybe in curving up? I think that's not gonna work well. Turn red. 4 hour. That's nice enough. Yeah. that could work. Let me check a bit the Anchor Big Wap, that one. Yeah, do we have a trend line somewhere if we know some highs? Okay. So the thing is, for now until then, increasing supply, diminishing, increasing here again, here to here. Spike really come here. Missing follow through now. One line at the bottom. Could we extend this again? I mean, I will if we send that trench still. It feel a lot more like a spring than anything else, and this much volume here. I suggest we have an important event here. Not simply just an inside test. It's prefer this to consider this as a secondary test. For the bullish case, but we have test of the high and the low here. But yeah, really important event here. And very important here. And as we made the low here, so it makes sense to consider this phase. Now clearly that's why we need to take that high and that one. Should we do this and we increase even more? Could be looking at this then. Should we do this maybe for a backup later on? That's it. Either we have backup now on LPSY here for bearish. So that's why, again, I emphasize this. That for me, these two swings now are very key, and I would not look to fade them a break of one of this side. I think this should give us the resolution of that range. So am I bullish or bearish? I'm looking at this chart and iron direction, and it's back on. Okay, I'm back live. I mean, a lot of supply here. Yeah, I'm not a fan of what's happening here locally. Clearly. starting to feel more that look, the bullish option will be I mean, we can bounce here, but overall having really a slow move down, and you know, the kind of thing where you have bound that get taken and bound that get taken and wrecked as much as possible, makes the chart look crappy. And then reverse. Oh, hello. Already just a gut feeling. I don't know, how do you all feel with that? A lot of volume at the high. At the end of the day, we retested the level we wanted to see retested. You see our weekly supply here. That was a weekly, I think. Yeah, weekly week. You know, I tend to be retested. Just happened. Fair value gap here. Take liquidity above that high. And down. Ouais. Ouais. I guess I'm gonna look quickly at the weekly chart. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning of the week. I would want to see the close again. Should we close above the open? Really more upset would be nice. Now it's contradictory with what I just say, where it could come back down more. Oh, I guess if I believe we should bounce soon. Let's take a look one more time at the low time frame count. And then a quick look at stocks, and there we go. So 1, 2, 3 overlapping on the 4. Can it even be? No, we are missing something here. I can't. Really can't. Yes, maybe if we get another SFP, I'll look at it. I know we have this clear single print. Well, we reached it already. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I don't. reducing this bullish divergence, holding slightly on lower time frame, grinding down, volume going down. Getting a lot of stops. You see here all this long position that open here and hold through that. Not all of them have taken profit. There is take profit clearly, but we're still on higher level. This is another story. Funding high. Footprint, not much apart from FTX. It's a lot more active and seems to be defending the low here currently. Try it as well here. At the same time, there was a big bear divergence on FTX here. Yeah, I think we're going. And yes, this is done. And yeah, that's it. Quick look at this and going out, unless you have more questions. But yeah, US 50. Well, we have 5 waves up as well. SPX maybe. We just retested the gap. I guess we had pretty bullish data today. I'm bullish. More bullish than anything else. Retail sales slightly up. Import price down. Sales slightly up. I mean, it's bullish because the CPI was not that high yesterday. Yeah, it's not wrong. And DXY. It looks rather strong here. It's really hard to think when you got your head buzzing all day. We had a very nice 5 waves here. Now we made a higher. We took the high, we took the low. Overall, that kind of feel corrective and the trend is up. So should see continuation in where it is right now. Kind of likely we're gonna take the high, so that's bearish. It's getting some... I mean, it's taking liquidity both sides, so what do you take with that? Can make the same thing. I guess it's gonna be like Bitcoin. It's gonna be which side break first now. Now that we took liquidity above the high and below the low, which side gonna break? Like Bitcoin, we took liquidity above the high and below the low. In fact, that's just what we did on the last weeks here, and below the low. So which side gonna break now? And then follow the trend, I will say. That's what I'm gonna do. I feel like I'm forgetting something important. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna stop this here. Hopefully next week I will be in a better shape, with better mind and better ideas. Meanwhile, I will look at yours, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for staying with me. Have a good weekend. Trade safe and see you soon. Right? Thanks. Bye.